This is gonna be good. Steak, talon checked on. You might have to come to. Hey guys, so first thing you want to do when you're gonna smoke a turkey is to brine it. So I'm going to brine this turkey with the solution from Traeger. Actually, I got these pellets. The Traeger, it's like a turkey blend with has maple and hickory and all that kind of pellets. We'll talk about that later. And then they had their own brine mixture, so I'm gonna use that because I used it last year and it seemed to work out pretty good. So all we're gonna do is I'm gonna mix the brine mixture up, boil that, and then I'm gonna let it cool off, put some bourbon in there and about a cup of bourbon, and that'll help tenderize the meat a little bit and also get some great flavor. And then we will put it in a container overnight. I'm just putting 1 quart of cold water. We're going to boil that with the brine. So just gonna pour that in here. Now I'm gonna break open this brine solution. And I'm just gonna pour it in the water. And I'm gonna bring that to a boil. So that's right. We're cooking with gas, but then we're gonna cook with the Traeger here in a little bit. So once this starts boiling, then I will let it boil for 5 minutes. Once it starts to boil, so that'd be good. And I mean, obviously if you want, you could make your own brine. Just use whatever spices you want. What I like about the Traeger one, it doesn't have any sugar in it. I don't eat a lot of sugar, so I like that. But the bourbon will do the trick that the sugar will, so it's up to you. Whatever spices you want to cook with is up to you, but I like things easy, so I like that brine mix. You can find your own brine mix, so whatever you want to use to do that. And I'm just sitting here waiting for this brine to start boiling, and then I'll boil for 5 minutes, and then I'll add about 3 more quarts of water, and then I'll just put it in the refrigerator and let it cool off. And then one thing you will need is a food grade heavy duty BPA free, so it has to be a food grade container to hold that whole turkey, and that's what you'll brine the turkey in. Starting to boil, so I'm going to put 5 minutes on here. And I'm going to start it. Alright, it's been boiling for 5 minutes. Boiling for 5 minutes, so I'm going to turn the heat off. And now we're going to add 3 quarts of water to this. And just let it It's 2. And then I thought, you know, it's gotta add some bourbon, so of course, I bet you could guess what brand of bourbon I'm gonna use. Of course, it's Thanksgiving, so we're gonna use Wild Turkey, but I'm using Wild Turkey 101. That ought to be really, really good, so I'm just gonna add a cup of that. So let's get this Wild Turkey 101 in here. We have 1 cup of that. So there's a cup. Wild Turkey. Put that in here. Nice. Nice. So we got the brine, which boiled for 5 minutes. We've got the 3 ounces or 3 quarts of water, and then that we added, and the bourbon. So now I'm just gonna set it in the refrigerator, let it cool off completely. So I got the brine. I walked out to our refrigerator on the porch because it's got a little bit more room. I'm gonna put that brine in here. I gotta find the lid, but the brine's sitting right there, right beside the turkey. As soon as that's cooled off, I'll take the brine out. Then we're gonna put the turkey in the big bucket to brine overnight. Of course, now I gotta put the wild turkey back, but I gotta have a little sip, right? So, a little sip of Wild Turkey 101 while I'm letting it cool in there. I did a review of Wild Turkey, and I think without a doubt 101 was my favorite, or maybe the Rare Breed. I can't remember. They're both good. Man, that smells so caramely. Oakiness. Wild Turkey 101 is good stuff. That's gonna be good in that little brine. All right, guys. So it's been about an hour. And so now what I'm going to do is I took the turkey out of the bag, removed all the extra parts like the neck and all that kind of stuff, cut some skin away a little bit, and now the brine is cooled, and I'm going to pour that brine over there. I'm probably going to have to add some more water, some cold water to completely cover the turkey. You want it completely covered. And then I'm gonna let it sit overnight. So, hang on. The thing you want to do is, if you do not have a food grade container like I do, this is a food grade container, like this, then you might want to get a brining bag. If you have like a 5-gallon water tub, 5-gallon bucket, you need a brining bag. But this is food quality, so you can just put the turkey right in there without the brining bag. I'm going to pour this slowly so it doesn't spill everywhere, and I want to get it right down in the hole. Get all these flavors. So you wanted to, that almost did it. I only need maybe a gallon. So that's pretty good. So what you want to do is you'll set it in the refrigerator, and And since this is about a 17, 18 pound turkey, I want it to brine overnight for about 15 hours. All right, guys, I got this covered, or got it covered with water. I'm gonna put the lid on here, and then I'm going to let it brine overnight, 15 hours. This thing ain't light. And I like using this refrigerator out here because this refrigerator gets really cool. It's on this porch, but it's a cold cooling refrigerator. And so I'll see you in the morning real early. Good morning, guys. As you can see, it's still dark. It's about, I would say, probably 4:45, something like that. And I'm just gonna fire up the Traeger grill this morning, get it smoking, and then I'm gonna get that turkey that's been brining all night. I'm gonna get it out, and we're gonna have a nice looking smoked turkey by the end of the day. So stay tuned. So as you can see, I set it just on smoke just to get the smoke going, and that'll usually get the temperature up to about 175, something like that, inside the grill. And so I've added the signature blend, which has got some hickory and maple and other stuff in it. So that was their turkey signature blend. And we got the grill. It'll start smoking any minute. So now I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna get that turkey out that's been brining all night long. Be back with you in a little bit. So I've melted some butter, and I'm just gonna take the butter now and just coat it all over this turkey. So we'll get that done real quick. All right, so it's the turkey is on. I set the temperature at 250. I think the directions that I followed the year before said to set it at 225, but that took too long because it's cold out. And it's cold out again this morning. So it's November 25th, Thanksgiving Day. So we're gonna set it at 250, leave it there a couple hours, and I'll go check on it. And hopefully it's browning. I'll put the thermometers in at that time. Wow, the sky's beautiful, and let's check out this turkey right now. You can see it's getting a little browner, so not bad at all. I'm gonna let it continue about 250. Actually, I think I'll turn it up a little bit, 275, see if we can get it to there. I want the meat to get to about 162 before I take it out. So we're gonna wait about an hour, and then I'll put the thermometers in. It's looking good, and it's a beautiful morning. Happy Thanksgiving. So I've got the birds have been on almost 3 hours, and it is getting nice and brown, and all I did, I turned it around facing this way, put the probes in here, and if you look at the readings, the one probe is 123, the one is 131, and so we wanted to get to 162. So I had the this, of course, as soon as you open up the lid, it gets a little cooler in there. I had it set on 275, but the highest it was getting was like 250. It's moving back up since I shut the lid. But now I'm gonna, it's still cold, it's in the 30s. So normally I'd put it on 350 and let it just cook at that, but if I'm gonna have to set it on 375 because I don't think the inside's gonna get to 350 because it's so cold. It might. So you can see right now it's 242 and climbing. Holds the heat pretty good. So we're just gonna keep monitoring this. This is the Thermo Pro. My son got me this. This is a really good thermometer. And right now one of the probes is 123, the one is 132. So I'm gonna just check on it every, 30, 40 minutes. I don't want to overcook it, because once it gets to 162 and you bring it up and you wrap it up and just let it sit in the house, it'll cook for about 45 minutes on its own. So right now the temperature inside of this is now, it's 268, 269, 70, so it's climbing. Wanted to get it to about 350 for an hour, hour and a half or two, and I ought to get the this bird is gonna look good, gonna taste good, I know. So can't wait. The good thing about the Thermo Pro, these little gadgets, is that it's digital. You hang the main thermostat right there by the grill, and then I can walk inside. I don't have to sit here in the freezing cold. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's 124. I don't know if you can see that. 124 and 132 right now. So it is getting ready. See, one probe is at 159, and the other one's at 168. So that's not gonna hurt anything, but I'm still gonna wait till the one gets to 162. Look at the color of that. This is gonna be good. So what I'll do is, when I take it out, I'm gonna wrap it up, I'm gonna take it inside, and then we're just gonna let it settle for about 45 minutes to an hour. All right, it just hit 162. I just turned the camera on. I figured it was gonna happen. So let's take these probes out. One of them is 162. So here we go. We're going to take this bird out, and then I'm going to wrap it up. course, the wind would start blowing as soon as you start doing that. But this thing looks really, really good. Really good. I'll be back with you once I wrap this thing up. I didn't use a roasting pan because I wanted to get that smokiness all around. Now, and I wasn't going to make gravy. Now, if you're going to make gravy or you want to catch that juice from the turkey, then you would definitely want to use a roasting pan. But for me, the drippings create more smoke inside the chamber, and that's what I was shooting for. When it hits the bottom of that grill and the Traeger, that just creates more smoke. So that's what I like. Hey guys, my son showed up early, so I rushed to get him a plate and his new bride, Elise, Daniel and Elise showed up. So so they had breakfast. We just had breakfast, basically turkey, and but this thing turned out so good. I mean, we've already tried it, I didn't even show it to you before I started cutting, so my apologies, but you can see how, just look at the color of this thing, and then we cut it on this side, and you can see a nice little smoke ring on that chicken, on the turkey. I mean, the steam is messing up my camera, but this was perfect. I don't think that I would even try it unless I had a good thermometer. Make sure you have a good thermometer, and then it is the best. I've had deep fried turkeys, which is pretty good, and I've had the roasted turkeys pretty much most of the time, and 2 out of the last 3 years I've had the Traeger smoked turkey, and it's amazing. It's really, really good. You go through the brining. That's key. Get that brining done. About, I would say, if your turkey weighs 18 pounds, just go 18 times 0.75, and that comes out to like 15, and that shows you how long you need to brine it overnight in the refrigerator. And that's what I did. And then get it up. I got up early, put it on. As you know, it was dark, and so I started smoking it pretty early. Get that grill smoking, firing up. If it's a little cooler outside like I did this morning, I turned the heat up a little bit, because the last time I did it, I went right by the directions. It took a long time because it was, you know, if it's in the 20s and 30s, instead of going 225, you know, I went 250 because it's so cold outside. And so I did that. So I got it done in 4 hours or so, and I hit that 162 degrees, wrapped it up, brought it in, let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then from there, you know, once you wrap it up in aluminum foil like I did, just let it sit there and settle. And man, you cannot beat a Traeger grill smoked turkey, or probably any smoked turkey. It doesn't have to be from Traeger, just anywhere. So thanks for watching. Have a happy Thanksgiving and a very Merry Christmas. Maybe I'll have something else on this Frontiersman Travel Adventures. Please like and subscribe. I don't cook a lot. I do drink a lot of whiskey. Did a whiskey talk last night. Check those out. And right now we're getting ready to go to Kentucky for the Kentucky Bourbon Trail Tour. So we're going to do 4 stops. So look forward to those. Take care.